You make my world a better place.
Yes!
He's walking with me.
I can depend on you.
Normally people rush up here to the Hunter Valley wine country, I guess to sample a Merlot, but today it's all about a spider monkey. They've got one at the Hunter Valley Zoo and they're pretty worried about it.
Chris has driven 2 hours north of Sydney in response to an emergency call from his good mate Jason at the Hunter Valley Zoo.
Jason, how you going?
Mate, thanks heaps for coming,
That's
mate.
all right,
Thanks
no
heaps for
problem at all.
coming. Got a problem
So
with
what,
Mal,
Mal?
our
Yeah.
spider monkey, mate. We come in this morning to all his mouth swollen and a bit of blood coming out.
This is him down here.
You can see his jaw all swollen.
Yeah.
We're really concerned about Mal because he's producing a little bit of blood out of that swelling in his jaw. So it really is an emergency to get him looked at today.
As you know yourself, if you have a sore mouth, it really does affect everything in your life. It affects your mood, it affects how well you can eat, and really just simple tasks become incredibly difficult. It is a worry if he's not eating well, but also to have a look at that's going to be a challenge.
Mal would definitely bite you, and he will scratch and he will grab a hold of you. So they're quite a powerful primate.
We're going to need to sedate him, and I mean, that's not going to be easy.
He's not going to open up and say, I don't think,
No.
is he? So,
No, he's not.
It's all in your capable hands.
Hey, puppies! Come on, in you go.
At the Bondi Referral Hospital SASH, Angelle has arrived with her 2 dogs, Oliver and Jasmine.
What a good girl.
But it's 6-month-old Oliver that Angelle is worried about.
Oliver's got a lame left front leg, which has persisted and is getting worse.
Hi, Angel.
Hi, Andrew.
What's with Ollie?
Ollie's got a limp on his left side.
How long has he been like
was
that?
About 3 weeks.
So he wasn't lame before that?
No.
Get you to trot him down there for
Sure.
me. Hey, Jazz.
Specialist surgeon Andrew Marchevsky has been treating Angelle's pets for years.
Just a bit quicker? Okay. Good boy.
Okay.
Right. So not had any other lamenesses?
No.
Nothing. Good boy. You all right? Hey, no. No. As soon as you get to that elbow and put a little bit of pressure on the inside part of it, he's not happy. He's pulling away and having a bit of a gnaw at my hand. So he certainly saw in that point. Good boy. Yeah, I know. Don't chew. Did your mother teach you to do that? Yeah.
You're not allowed to bite the vet,
No.
especially Andrew.
That's right. He's not sure up in his shoulder or down in his wrist, but that elbow seems to be the problem. I guess dog of his breed and age, I think we have to think of something like elbow dysplasia, which I guess you're a little familiar with.
Too familiar with. I don't want a dog with elbow dysplasia.
For Angelle, this diagnosis brings back a lot of painful memories.
I would really hope that it's not elbow dysplasia. I suppose that's the worst scenario. My last one had lots of dysplasia and he had a lot of health issues.
Elbow dysplasia is a disease where the elbow joint doesn't quite fit together properly and puts pressure in the wrong spot, and as a result of that we tend to get fragments of bone coming off, or even little fractures if you like. That's the last thing we want to let Ollie get to. I think really the next step is we need to do a CT scan.
Okay.
It's quite sensitive at detecting whether he's got a little bone chip or there's a big flapper bone. I guess the other thing is, unfortunately, if he does have this problem, he's never going to be normal.
I just hope that whatever it is, they can fix it very quickly and he can get on with his puppy life. It's so awful for him to be so young and have to go through this. So, yeah, it's very upsetting.
Got the team together.
Yeah, put a big team together, mate. Everyone's really worried about him. You can see they're quite agile.
Yeah, they are.
And they're quite worked up.
Back at the Hunter Valley Zoo, it's all hands on deck to catch Mel. The 30-year-old spider monkey has a massive lump inside his mouth. Chris needs to examine the swelling, but catching Mel is proving difficult.
A spider monkey would have to be one of the most agile creatures on the planet, so the chances of Mal sitting still long enough so I can actually look inside his mouth are next to zero.
Mel and his best mate Mike are becoming stressed by the extra attention.
We'll pull out and just let him settle, and then we'll hit him with a dart and drop him in the cage.
It's now time for Plan B.
Right. Yeah, so we've got all the other guys as backup because it's such a tall cage.
Yep.
We're going to have a few guys on blankets, so when he does go out, we can be there to catch.
Hello, yeah. No, we're coming not for you, but for you. For you. Wow. Okay.
Good boy.
At Sash, 6-month-old Oliver's CT scan is underway.
I'll get his shoulders in as well to be sure.
Specialist surgeon Andrew Marchevsky is worried the limping Labrador is suffering from elbow dysplasia.
If he's got elbow dysplasia and he's got a big chunk of bone sitting there or a crack and we don't do anything about it, he'll go on and get really nasty arthritis, and that can be crippling.
Good chicken.
Oliver's owner, Angel, and her Doberman, Jasmine, are waiting anxiously in reception for news.
No, he's not there.
For Angel, elbow dysplasia would be the worst possible outcome. Her last Labrador, Harley, suffered from this debilitating disease.
It's sad for any dog that has it because they can't, run like a normal dog. There are going to be lots of restrictions on him as he gets older. So, yeah, it's tough.
Feel for Angel, she just doesn't need anything. Doesn't need anything serious wrong with this fella. You take him through, I'll have a look at these and see if we're going to do anything. Okay.
Hello, boys.
At the Hunter Valley Zoo, a tense standoff is underway between man and spider monkey.
They're going to sit still for you.
They're not so game now, are they?
No, they're not.
The 30-year-old monkey has a large swelling inside his mouth that has started to bleed. Chris needs to sedate Mel to get a closer look at the lump.
The hard thing here is that he knows that something's up and he's not going to sit still for it. Come on, Mel. Come on, buddy.
I think he's trying to use his mate as a shield.
He is. Yeah, we got him. Yeah. He's throwing the dart out, but...
You see it's empty now, so that's all gone in there. So it shouldn't be too long now. Let's get the blankets ready there.
Yeah, he's starting to show a bit of signs now, isn't he?
Mel is in a precarious situation. He's about to lose consciousness. If the team can't catch him, a drop from this height could be fatal.
It's going to be all right, buddy. It's going to be all right.
Yay, Lukey.
Back in Sydney, Sash emergency vet Lisa Chimes is about to make a very important house call.
Yes, good boy, sit.
But first, Lisa and her husband Brad have some exciting news to share with their 2 dogs, Lucas and Nelson.
All right, so we're having a baby. You're going to be getting a brother or sister.
Unusual reaction.
You're going to be helping. You are. You are.
I'm just excited for a human baby to be coming home instead of you bringing ducks home.
Look at our guy.
This may be Lisa and Brad's first pregnancy, but 12 months ago they had a trial run parenting a different type of baby.
Oh, my goodness, Brad. Brad, what are you doing? You're meant to be watching them.
I thought it would be good practice for him for the human child that is now imminent.
Yeah.
Now that the whole family are aware of the impending arrival, Lisa is on her way to Terry Hills, 25 kilometres north of Sydney. She's answering a call for help from a family who are also preparing for some new arrivals.
They're going to get not only 1, but 2 Great Danes. Now, these dogs are giant. I don't think this family knows quite what they're getting themselves into. They've never even owned a dog.
Hi, come on in.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I guess we're both getting new family members.
Absolutely. Getting a bit nervous though.
I think I'm more nervous about the humankind than the animal.
You've got a few months to go.
Yeah, you don't have
no,
much.
I don't have very long. But come on in, we've got lots of questions.
Okay, yeah.
Jenny, Andre and son Leo have made one of the biggest decisions of their life.
You got some photos there?
Yeah, so this is from the breeder's website.
They're adding 2 Great Dane puppies to their family, and they've asked Lisa to provide some expert guidance before they commit to the new additions.
Getting to giant dogs is a giant lifestyle change, and I've come here to teach them about the breed and work out if it's right for them. Great Danes are about this high.
Yeah.
So they're going to be like this. Huh?
2 of them.
2 of them? How does that feel?
Good.
I am a little bit concerned about 2 first-time dog owners choosing a giant breed and getting 2 puppies. They really don't know anything about looking after a dog. They have no idea.
This is Sheba. This is one of our cats.
She is going to have an interesting time with the dogs, I think.
Absolutely. She owns this place. Pets enrich your life in such a way nothing else can. It's one thing having a family, but pets bring a completely different dimension to it. Introducing the cats to the dogs will be a major thing because I don't want the dogs to see the cats as toys, and I don't want the cats to scratch the puppies either. I want a happy household if I can help it.
I would definitely be keeping them quite separate in the beginning. For quite a few months. Just like you can't force people to like each other. If they like each other, they like each other, and if they don't, they don't.
Oh, yeah, we have a lot to learn.
It's going to be all right, buddy.
At the Hunter Valley Zoo, Chris and the team are on high alert. Mel has been sedated, and a drop from this height could be fatal.
It's going to be all right. Good catch, guys.
For Managing Director Jason, it's a stressful time.
Because of his age, the whole process is complicated. Sedating him is complicated, moving him is complicated, just simply because of his age. So we are on tenterhooks today.
Yeah, he's still pretty awake there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, OK. I did want to have a little bit of a look in his mouth, but I don't think he's going to be deep enough to do that.
Mel will be moved to the zoo's vet clinic for further testing.
Just concerned about the whole move, but when it gets to the swelling in his mouth, that we really need to get him seen to and make sure that he can have a quality of life.
All right, so they're going to have access to this area as well?
Yes, but only when we're here. But one of the concerns is obviously snakes.
Lisa is inspecting Jenny and Andre's property to make sure they're ready for the challenges of owning 2 Great Dane pups.
We've got ticks out there as well, and I think that's probably as big a risk for your dogs as the snakes are. This is a really big property. It backs onto a national park. There's lots of areas that are unsafe for the puppies. Make sure that they don't have access to the pool without you around, because I see dogs drowning all the time. Any dog can swim. It's just how long they can swim for.
Jenny and Andre have an appointment with a local Great Dane breeder later today. They've asked Lisa to come and help choose the pups, as they know a wrong decision could end in disaster.
Well, I've survived a newborn, so hopefully now it's puppies.
Yeah, and I've survived puppies, so hopefully I can do a newborn as well. Let's see. I never came here to try and change Jenny and Andre's mind. I just wanted to make sure that they are educated, that they know all the facts, that they know what they're getting themselves into. I hope I haven't scared you guys too much.
No, not at all, hopefully. The reality is there's nothing like hands-on. And we haven't had the hands-on yet, and we're about to find out. Thank you very much.
Bye.
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 At SASH, Andrew Marchevsky is examining Oliver's CT scans. He's hoping they'll provide the answers to what's causing the 6-month-old to limp.
I've had a look at both of his elbows. I can't see any evidence of elbow dysplasia, and that's great. I think even better than that, I can actually find on this a cause of his lameness. It's not exactly what we thought we were going to be looking at, so I'll get Angel in and have a bit of a chat and I'll show what we've found.
We'll go and find your brother. Let's go. Come on. Hopefully it'll be good and we won't have any bad news to deal with, so we'll see.
Come on in, we'll have a chat. Come on then, mate. He doesn't have elbow dysplasia.
Really?
Yeah, no, they're fine.
That's the most fantastic
He's
news ever.
the cleanest set of elbows in the country. But he's got another disease. That sounds like a bad thing,
Yeah.
but it's actually a good thing because it explains his lameness. He's got
Okay.
panosteoitis.
Okay.
And all that is, it's sort of like growing pains
Right.
for puppies. It'll go away once he hits
Right.
maturity. It's good news, really, because
Okay.
he doesn't have arthritis. He's not going to get arthritis.
Yeah, excellent. Okay.
It's really good.
Hello. What a good boy. Did you miss your mum? Of course you did. I'm really glad that he's got to come home, so really glad. So I like my puppies being at home with me, not here, as much as I love Sash.
Nice quick visit.
Yes.
It's always good.
Yes, always good.
It's always better than a long visit.
Yeah.
I'll get the dog for you. It's the best news I could have come up with for Angel. Yeah, she will do anything for her dogs, I know that.
Let's go.
So to be able to say, it's not elbow dysplasia, it's this, it'll go away, it doesn't get any better, really.
Ollie, let's go.
Hey, buddy. You're sleepy, aren't you, Mel?
At the Hunter Valley Zoo, Chris is about to examine Mel's severely swollen mouth.
It's all right. No.
It's obviously sore. I mean, you can see even under the sedation there, he's wincing.
He's got a big swelling, a big angry, red, inflamed area. It doesn't look good. The degree to which it's swollen worries me. The only way of knowing for sure what Mel has inside of his mouth is to do two things, an X-ray and a biopsy. X-ray.
So let's go and get a sample. So we just go straight through here.
The really interesting thing about Mel's history is that a few weeks ago he lost a tooth. Now my hope is that that tooth was lost because it was infected and that infection has now spread. That's the best case scenario because that just means a bit of an infection around the gum line which can be treated with antibiotics. If it's something else, if that's not the cause, then things aren't so good.
Hi.
Hi.
In Schofields, 45 kilometres west of Sydney, first-time dog owners Jenny, Andre and their son Leo have a difficult decision to make.
How are you going to choose?
You're a good girl. Can we have them all?
No.
While these puppies may be cute now,
Ow. Ow.
Lisa wants to make sure the family are aware of the huge commitment these dogs require.
I really don't think Andre and Jenny know exactly what they're getting themselves into. There is a lot of chaos around here and they're going to have two Great Dane puppies at home. It's going to be madness. Yes. And then they grow into you, huh?
Come, Chili.
Within 2 years, the pups will be fully grown.
For a big dog, you have that close eye contact, which really makes them really human. This is Chili, yeah?
That is definitely taller than me. Huh? Great Danes are over 80 kilos here. They are massive and it's going to be interesting with the 6-year-old kid running around.
Hey.
So what are you guys thinking?
Definitely two.
Leo's found one.
Yeah, I think Leo's found the playmate.
People often ask me, how do I choose the right puppy? But what you need to do is work out what kind of puppy you want first. Do you want a male, a female, what size dog you want, temperament, and then go meet the puppies and see if you can find one that fits that.
It doesn't take long for the first decision to be made.
Yeah, that one. That's a girl.
This is a girl. I think we found our girl.
Jenny and Andre ask for Lisa's help to choose the second pup.
It's hard to pick. They're all beautiful.
There's no right or wrong answer. It's just whatever's right for you guys.
I think this one and I think this boy.
He seems to be lower energy compared to some of the other puppies here.
I think we found out.
Yeah, I think we found out too.
Now the difficult job starts because they've picked their 2 puppies and we'll just see what chaos unfolds.
Time to go. Come on. All in, all paws. There's no going back now. We've chosen and we will deal with it as it comes, one step at a time.
I think they're going to have their hands full. I don't think they quite realise.
What are your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, well, I just want to get a little biopsy from inside his mouth.
Yep.
He's probably going to be a little bit too awake to do that, so we might just give him some gas.
At the Hunter Valley Zoo, Mel the spider monkey has a huge lump growing inside his mouth. Chris and zoo owner Jason are concerned the lump may be cancerous.
Doesn't look good now for him, poor bugger.
The biopsy will determine if the lump is an easily treatable infection or a life-threatening tumour.
Okay, we're almost ready here.
As much as I don't want to think this, and as much as I don't want to have to explain this to Jason, the one thing that would explain everything we're seeing with Mal's mouth is a tumour. Mal's old. He's at 30 years of age, which is very old for a spider monkey, and he's got a swelling that's bleeding. So it would make sense, but I really hope that is not the answer.
I'd just be preparing yourself for what might be tough news.
Okay. All right, the girls are going to like that news at work.
Yeah.
It's all right, love. It's all right, old man. It's okay. It's great. You got it.
The lump will be sent away for testing. Chris now reviews the X-rays for vital clues.
See, the worry I've got is that you look at his bone across his skull here.
Yes.
See how it's nice and clean lines. It looks like it's got some real density to it and real structure.
Yep.
Through here. You look down here and it's hard to actually see the outline of that bone.
That means infection or growth?
It can mean both.
Okay.
What he's got there is a pretty significant problem. It's a big swelling.
Yep.
It's sore and it is bothering him. So
when it comes down to it, we just want to have quality of life. So
yeah.
Given the amount of love that Jason and the rest of the team have for Mal, it's going to be a tough wait, waiting for the answer of this biopsy. But in the meantime, what we can do is give Mal some antibiotics, some pain relief, make him feel more comfortable, and hopefully fight the infection that we have, our fingers crossed, is causing this.
Come on, puppies. Welcome home.
In you go.
Good girl. There we go. Yay.
The 2 Great Dane puppies are now home, and Lisa is helping these dog-owning novices adjust to the new arrivals.
Hi, buddy. So have you got names?
Yeah, what have we named this one, Leah?
Jazz.
Yeah.
You wanna
That's
go
a
with Jazz?
beautiful name.
What do we name the boy?
The boy called. And Max. It's really great that Leo's in there. We don't want them becoming territorial of anything. We want them to know that Leo's part of the family. He can go where he wants, he can sit on their bed without them becoming aggressive. There's the first accident in the house.
Well, he's spreading wee everywhere right now.
It doesn't take long for Max and Jazz to settle in and mark their territory.
Oh my gosh. How much is possibly in that puppy?
And to let the cats know who is boss.
Oh, watch the dog.
I don't think they're going to be going anywhere near that area for now.
I don't think so either.
So even if they're playing so rough, do we break it up?
What they're doing is completely normal. If they've had enough, they'll let each other know. It's all part of the fun.
Okay.
This whole story is unknown. We don't know which way it's going to unfold. Tonight, when the puppies go to bed, they could scream their heads off the whole night or they could sleep soundly. Time will tell.
Let's get in and have a look at you, hey? Oh, you got a bit of attitude. I've just picked up a Peregrine Falcon. I've been told that he could have a potential head injury, so we'll find out.
At the Australian Reptile Park, Operations Manager Tim Faulkner is concerned about a peregrine falcon that was found lying on the ground at a local park.
This is the fastest animal on Earth, over 300 k's an hour. What that means is that they're a heavy-bodied bird. If he fledged and he wasn't quite ready to fly, he's going to hit the ground really hard, and that's what might have happened.
Before beginning an examination, Tim decides his new patient needs a name.
What about Malcolm? Malcolm the Falcon. You like that? Malcolm the Falcon? Let's have a look at you, mate. His wings look good. No obvious breaks. He's only a young bird. You see up here on the top? These white feathers? That's the down, the chick down. So he's at a point where he's just left the nest, he's just fledged.
Tim is convinced Malcolm hasn't suffered any critical injuries to his body. His attention now turns to the falcon's head.
And there's something that stands out straight away to me, and that is, I wave my hand here, and the head turns, he can see the hand. I put my hand here, on the left side, he's not reacting at all. That's a big worry. He can't live in the wild with one eye. He needs two. Their vision allows them to see many hundreds of metres to isolate a particular prey item. And without both of them, there's no future for him in the wild. Hopefully, maybe a sore eye is all that he's got. If it's worse than that, we could have big problems. I think we better get you to the vet, mate, and have a good look at you, hey? Hey.
Jimmy, how are you?
Good, thanks, mate. How are you?
I'm all right. What have you got?
Malcolm the Falcon.
Tim has arrived at the Green Cross Vets in Wyoming, 5 minutes from the Australian Reptile Park.
He was found in the wild. He looks like he's just left the nest. He was captured, which was a concern to start with, that someone was able to get a hold of him.
Sure.
And he got brought into the park. Come on, Mal.
Tim is hoping Dr Peter Nosworthy can confirm the extent of the eye damage Malcolm the Falcon sustained after falling from his nest.
The worry is if he's got a bad eye, that he's got a bad head.
Yeah, well, if he's got a bad eye, you may well have been flown into something, and that would make sense if they found him on the ground.
We're going to have to sedate him so I can have a better look at the eye, and then we'll take an X-ray.
Good boy.
I'm looking to see whether there's any damage at the back of his eye. He may well have some retinal changes in here, Tim, which is a bit of a fuss for us. I'd say that he's got a little bit of billowing in the back of the eye, as though he's got a detached retina. So we'll see what the X-ray tells us.
And detached retina means blind?
Means blind.
I'm really worried about him now because we've confirmed that he's got eye damage, but hopefully there's nothing worse.
I'll show you these X-rays, Tim. So we've had a whack top of the skull. It's cracked that bone.
All right. And what, that pushes the retina forward?
Yes, it's pushed the eye forward as a trauma sort of thing, as you can imagine from a whack behind the head, and has detached the retina.
The retina can never be repaired, so Malcolm must now live in captivity.
It's not worrying him, he's not in pains.
Yep. Well, lucky and unlucky, hey, Malcolm the Falcon. I'm pretty disappointed, but on the upside, we can give him a good life. And, you know, if he was still in the wild, he would be dead. He would stand no chance. There's no place for a one-eyed peregrine falcon.
Someone's very interested in who's in the box. Gonna come over and see what's doing. So where you been, mate?
It's been a huge day for Mel at the Hunter Valley Zoo. Following a series of tests on the lump inside his mouth, the much-loved spider monkey is now being reunited with his best mate, Mike.
There you come. Yeah, it's home, isn't it? Look who's here. Yeah, nothing's changed. Still the same.
And what have they done to you? Trying to break you out.
I know, you'll get your time soon enough. They're a real team, aren't they?
No, a real team, yeah. They really miss each other.
Mel's test results will be back by the end of the week. Jason is hopeful the news will be good.
We're really worried about Mal, and everyone's on tenterhooks. We really want to get a good result because he is a favourite of the park, and if we can get Mal through this, we'll be stoked.
Fingers crossed, matey. Yeah.
Oh. Leave him to recover.
Yeah.
While Mel spends some time recuperating, Jason has one last job for the visiting vet.
Our male koala has decided to leave all his girlfriends. So we've got a few challenges up for today. It doesn't rain, it pours.
How many girlfriends has he got?
He's got 4. Well, he normally lives by himself. We stuck him with 4 girls overnight, and this is the end result.
He needs a break. He obviously needs a break, doesn't he?
Yeah, they've driven him out.
Good boy. You need a good feed. You're a bit skinny.
After being diagnosed with a fractured skull and a detached retina, Malcolm has been returned to the Australian Reptile Park.
Malcolm needs nursing. He's had a head injury and he's lost sight in one eye, so he's pretty fragile at the moment. He needs some TLC. He's a bit clumsy, but he's trying. Yeah, if I get it in, is that better? Good boy, mate. I'm going to keep Malcolm in a small cage for the time being. He's had a head injury, so the last thing I want is to put him into a big aviary where he's a bit scared and he bashes himself around and hurts himself more. So he'll stay in that little cage until he's eating well and he's not so scared of our presence, and then we'll move him into a bigger cage where he can stretch his wings and start and develop.
You're not going to come down?
The keepers at the Hunter Valley Zoo were hoping romance would blossom when they introduced Bazza to the ladies. Instead, it ended in mutiny, with the young male escaping their little love shack.
A koala, an escapee, is 15 metres up in a tree. It turns out he's running away from his 4 girlfriends. It's quite an escape.
What's his name?
Bazza.
You know, Bazza, in the human world, guys, we just go to the pub in your situation.
Every time we go up the ladder, he feels a vibration and just goes up higher. Just out of reach. Are you willing to have a crack?
Have a go, yeah.
All right. We have to get him down before he decides to disappear into another tree overnight.
You see how much of this ladder's moving? Are you doing that?
That's me as well.
Are you doing that?
I'm nervous for you. I think he's onto you.
Hey, mate. Every man needs his space. This is taking it to the extreme, Baz. The problem is that I can't really reach him from here.
The cockies are having a laugh anyway.
I know. Oh, everyone's having a laugh. I'll get to you later, cockies.
He's not generally naughty, he's normally just a sook. But I think the girls are just driven him to distraction overnight and he's decided to jump out and climb the tree. Oh, cherry picker it is.
It is.
Yeah.
It's round 1 to Bazza, but Chris is hoping with the help of the cherry picker, this round is his.
I was up in there with the alligators, but you're on your own with koalas.
He's meant to be quiet, but he's not.
He's our quietest one.
But he's the quietest one compared to the one that ate a small child the other day.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's carrying.
He's like You'll be fine. He's a sook.
So am I, if I'm clawed by koalas. We'll see.
Most people see koalas as being this very cute, very calm, very cuddly little creature that sleeps all day up a tree. There is another side, though. If they're threatened, from nowhere, this ninja comes out and they will scratch and they will bite you so quickly you can do nothing about it.
So just watch your eyes, everyone, with branches and stuff falling.
The keepers are prepared for a worst-case scenario as Chris closes in on Bazza.
A natural enemy of the koala, huh? Cherry picker. Sorry, mate, you gotta come down. You all right?
Let's go. Right with that.
Somebody. Go on, mate, go. Let's go. There we go. You're on. There we go. There we go, little man. You happy? You're going back to the girls. Don't you?
It wasn't that hard.
Yeah.
I'll up to you, Chris, to get down.
Okay. Hey, Baz. I'm sorry, mate. Man to man, I'm sorry we had to do this. You know?
Whoa.
After everything we'd been through, I talked Baz down, we bonded in the cherry picker. I thought everything was okay. Then Baz took a cheap shot.
Just when you think you can trust your mates.
I'll hand him over to Laura because now's probably the time of tea he doesn't like boys.
Well, he's about to go and be introduced to some girls, I think, isn't he?
Yeah. No, I think we might put him into his bachelor party. I think the 4 girls might have been too much for him last night.
So this is the safe zone.
It is.
No girls can enter? Have we
No
checked that?
girls, yeah, no girls ever come in here. This is his place to himself.
I took one for the team. I know you meant to climb, but that was getting a bit ridiculous. Just keep it this high, huh? See you, buddy.
I think they were asleep. It went well. They cried for a little bit, but not much. They pretty much just fell asleep.
The next morning, Lisa has dropped in on Jenny and Andre to see how their new pups, Jazz and Max, survived the first night in their new home.
And what about overnight? Do they wee during the night?
No.
Wow,
No.
try overnight.
With the pups resting quietly, Jenny and Andre have one final question for Lisa.
So we bought this dog pens. So we're thinking about putting him here, but I'd like to get some advice.
Jenny and Andre have got a really big property here backing onto the national park, so we're going to try and puppy-proof the backyard as much as possible. Closing off an area like this is really good. It's obviously not going to last very long. Eventually, you're going to have to build up a proper fence, a fenced-in garden where you know that they're safe.
Yeah.
Jenny and Andre understand a lot of adjustments are needed for life with 2 Great Danes.
They grow to full size within 2 years. So we got to be ready for it, and we got to start doing plans for it before they need it.
First milestone in the pen.
Yep.
There we go. And let's try to get out. We already love the puppies. It's hard to even imagine that they wouldn't be here, and they've only been here for 24 hours.
Looking forward to them growing up, seeing how they go from that puppyhood to the teenage years, which I'm sure are going to be a lot of fun. But who knows who's going to end up top dog? Hopefully it's me.
All right, guys, I'm going to leave you to it.
All right.
I think you're all set. I had my reservations about them getting 2 Great Dane puppies for their first time round, but they're doing really well, and it's all going to work out just fine. I'll see you guys soon.
Thanks for the help.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers. We're on our own now.
Yep. Can we panic now?
Righto, Malcolm. You've been in there long enough, mate. It's time to go into your new home. Got some food in there for you.
It's been 4 days since Malcolm suffered an horrific fall that resulted in a fractured skull and rendered him blind in one eye.
Welcome to your new home, buddy. Malcolm's been in a confined space, his little box, for a few days. And that was for his own benefit, so he couldn't hurt himself by knocking himself about. But he's eating well and he looks good, so it's time to go into a bigger home. You got a room with a view, mate. This is the best aviary in the house. Malcolm's future is in captivity, but that's a positive. In the wild, it was a one-way street. He faced certain death. Well, you do well in here, mate. You're halfway. The next stage could be to find him a girl. That will take a little bit of time. We need to know that he's good, and, you know, those female peregrines, they're a handful, so Malcolm has to be strong and healthy. You look good, mate. You look real good.
As for Mel, the spider monkey's results are back, and sadly, he's been diagnosed with bone cancer.
He's old, and it would have been a better outcome if it was just a bit of an infection or something like that.
But Jason is hoping Mel will still have a little more time with his best mate, Mike.
Hi, I'm Dr Danny Dusek from Bondi Vet. If you love our show and want to see more, plus some amazing content about pets and how to care for them, hit the subscribe button. Click that little notification bell and we'll see you on our next video.